say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Retire the colors!
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me now in welcoming Ambassador David Friedman, and please be seated.
Distinguished guests and dear friends, Tammy and I welcome you to the opening and dedication of the United States Embassy in Jerusalem, Israel. On this exact day, 70 years ago, at almost this exact time, David Ben-Gurion declared Israel's independence. Just 11 minutes later, President Harry Truman caused the United States to be the very first nation to recognize the reborn state of Israel. He later regretted that he waited so long. 70 years since that memorable event, almost to the minute, the United States finally takes the next step. A step awaited, voted upon, litigated, and prayed for all these years. Today, we open the United States Embassy in Jerusalem, Israel. Again, the United States leads the way as the first nation to do so. So many have worked so hard and for so long for this day to come, and they all deserve our thanks. But make no mistake, today's historic event is attributed to the vision, the courage, and the moral clarity of one person to whom we owe an enormous and eternal debt of gratitude, President Donald J. Trump. among us an extraordinary gathering of American patriots and Israeli leaders. I'd like to recognize a few of them. From our host country, the President of the State of Israel, His Excellency Reuven Rivlin, and wishing the best to your wife, Nechama. The Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, and his wife, Sarah. The Mayor of Jerusalem, Nir Barkat, and his wife, Beverly. The Speaker of the Knesset, Yuli Edelstein, and his wife, Irina. The Leader of the Opposition, Isaac Herzog, and his wife, Michal. The Deputy Chief Justice of the Israel Supreme Court, Hanan Meltzer. The Head of the Israel Defense Forces, General Gadi Eisenkot. The Ashkenazi Chief Rabbi of Israel, Rav David Lau. The Sephardi Chief Rabbi of Israel, Rav Yitzchak Yosef. And the former Chief Rabbi of Israel, Rav Yisrael Meir Lau. And all the ministers, cabinet members, members of the Knesset, members of the IDF, mayors, and religious leaders. From the executive branch of the United States government, it is my pleasure to welcome the leader of the President's delegation, the Deputy Secretary of State, John J. Sullivan. And the 77th Secretary of the Treasury, Stephen Mnuchin. President Trump's senior advisor, Jared Kushner. President Trump's daughter and senior advisor, Ivanka Trump. President Trump's special representative for international negotiations, Jason Greenblatt. The United States Ambassador to Italy, Lou Eisenberg. Assistant Secretary of State, Nicole Nason, and Acting Assistant Secretary of State, David Satterfield. From the legislative branch, we have 4 senators whose support for Israel is legendary. Senator Lindsey Graham. Senator Ted Cruz. Senator Dean Heller, and Senator Mike Lee. Thank you for coming. And from our House of Representatives, a delegation led by Congressman Joe Wilson, Congressman Tom Rice, Congressman Steve Knight, Congressman Dennis Ross, Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart, Congressman Jody Heiss, Congressman Scott Taylor, Congressman Lee Zeldin, Congressman George Holding, and Congressman Ron DeSantis. Just last year, Congressman DeSantis stood at a podium here in Jerusalem and made a passionate and compelling case that this day would come. And so it has. I'd also like to welcome the governor of my home state of Florida, who also has been a strong advocate for Jerusalem, Governor Rick Scott. In 1995, the Jerusalem Embassy Act